Hello, this is your author Mark coming to you with another interesting YouTube video. Today's discussion will be, we'll call this Economics 101 in America. Because I was watching Fox Business Network. I just got done watching it this morning. And what I hear is that President Donald Trump is proposing tariffs on steel products, or on steel from if we're going to import. If the other countries want to sell us steel, then they'll have to pay a tariff. Well, one way looking at this, ladies and gentlemen, that is a great idea, because we the American manufacturers of steel, I mean, America is also capable of producing steel, but what you have to really realize is that in order for, a lot of people say, oh, these tariffs are bad, and on steel is bad, and all this other stuff, because it makes us not comparative and all that stuff. But in reality, in order for America to compete in the steel market, in my opinion, those tariffs on steel are totally necessary, because then it's going to make our market for the American steel manufacturers more comparative, and they can compete with. I mean, what in reality, in my opinion, what President Donald Trump wants to do is make the steel market more so that America can compete in the steel manufacturing market on a fair basis. That's all. Now, what I'm here to talk to you about also, since we are talking about economics today, is, I also heard that Donald Trump is gonna replace a Treasury Secretary and all those other things. Those things are all good, and they will have a positive effect on us. But what I would call for, and a lot of other people have called for this too, like Dr. Ron Paul, his son, Dr. Ron Paul Jr., and some other congressional people were calling for this. Is what I'm calling for is a total and unequivocal audit of our Federal Reserve balance sheet, and I am calling for also a total and unequivocal audit of our gold reserve. Now, because, and the reason that I'm calling for, and I'm not the only person that's calling for this, because I've been studying this for a very long time, is that until we get an accurate count, an accurate mathematical formula on how much of our gold is still in Fort Knox, then Fort Knox and how much gold do we actually have in our Federal Reserve Bank, then in my opinion, if we don't get an accurate count on the gold reserves, whether we have them or not, then we will not be able to do any of the other economic reserves, because let's be honest here, ladies and gentlemen, our dollar itself is it used to be backed by gold. Now in the 1970s, Richard Nixon and the Federal Reserve took us off the gold standard, and that's that's when, in my opinion, this whole economic quagmire just started to fall apart, and we found ourselves in the situation that we find ourselves in today. Now, yes, I would say yes, definitely, all those things that President Trump has done in about a month in office, such as he is trying to secure our border. He's doing some financial reforms that that will help us to be a prosperous country. It's all good, ladies and gentlemen. However, and most of you will agree with me or disagree with me, but until we do a total audit of a Federal Reserve balance sheet and our gold reserves to find out how much gold we have in our Federal Reserve gold depository, then all the other reforms, in my opinion, are just pure academic. Now, what I really wanted to talk to you about, and a lot of talk show hosts are talking about this now too, including Dr. Michael Savage, but I'm going to add my 2 cents into it. And the question to this is, has religion itself, such as Christian religion, has it become nothing more than religious ink? Because a lot of those talking heads are talking about, in my opinion, they're talking about all this immigration stuff, the border, and all this other stuff. But in reality, when we talk about immigration, we have to talk about money, because why do I call the Christian religion and religion in general? Why am I criticizing religion? Because in my opinion, most of the Christian religions have become nothing more than what we call religion Inc. Incorporated. Because let's put our feelings aside, and let's have an honest, no holds bar discussion about that. Because let's see. Now, I'm going to give credit to Mr. Elon Musk for exposing this on. He did an expose on his X account, on a formerly Twitter account, where he actually named the organizations who were making the money on these poor illegal immigrants. Such as Jewish Family Services, such as Catholic Charities, Lutheran Family Services, maybe in some way United Way. All those organizations, such as Catholic Charities, Jewish Family Services, all these other people were making money on basically on this illegal immigration thing. Now, some people say that illegal immigration is a racket. Of course, and I do agree with it that illegal immigration is a racket because let's see, the coyotes at the border are making money. The religious organizations such as Catholic Charities, Jewish Family Services, and some other ones are basically making money on our border crisis, which which I am glad that this current president, Donald J. Trump, is putting a stop to that. Now the thing is he going to totally stop illegal immigration? Well, that is impossible. Now, some of you may say, "Oh, Mark, but you are an immigrant son, so how can you be against immigration?" Well, let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, you are correct. I am an immigrant son. My family came here from Poland. And my father came here in 1986, and I came here in 1988. But we came here legally. Now, some of you may say that I'm against immigration and all this other thing, but you are dead wrong in this case, because what I am for, ladies and gentlemen, is legal immigration, and for people. And I'm also for bringing in immigrants who can actually contribute in a positive manner to this nation, but they have to come here legally. Now, yes, when I said that most Christian religions have become nothing more than religion incorporated, yes, because now. Think about for a minute how much money such organizations such as Catholic Charities, Lutheran Family Services, the Hebrew for Immigration Society, by the way, they were making money hand over fist. Now, hand over foot. Let's put it that way. But we have to ask ourselves this question: if religion has become nothing more than what we call religion incorporated, ladies and gentlemen, then in my opinion, and I hope that I'm wrong about this, but in my opinion, in America and the rest of the Western civilization, so-called, I mean, the thing is, then in my opinion, everything has a price. Now, I'm going to say goodbye for now, and tell me what you think of this video. You can, and by the way, you can reach out to me on Facebook, on my Twitter, on my X account, on my YouTube page. You can comment. You can also get in touch with me on my Facebook. Now, with this economic issue, that I'm discussing now, when I call for an audit of our gold reserves and all these other things, ladies and gentlemen, I have written about this. In some of my books, such as Progressive Credentialism versus Ageism, the American Holocaust, start of the coming Civil War, the fall of the American Empire. I wrote about this, and I am going to leave a link to my Amazon page where you can actually purchase those books, and you can, because then I give you more information that I can give you about what's really going on in our country, and where it actually leads to. So I'm going to say goodbye for now, and you can tell me what you think of this video. You can, like I said, you can comment down below on my Facebook page. You can comment on my YouTube channel, and you can also comment to me on Twitter, which is known as X. Thank you very much.